A great feature that Microsoft offers is the use of breakout rooms in Teams meetings. Now, to create breakout rooms, what we're going to do is currently I'm in a meeting with Ellen, Carlos, and Steven, so they're going to join some breakout rooms today. And we're going to head up to the top here where we see what looks like a box and a little box, and those are our breakout rooms. When we click that, we get a window here that's going to ask us for the number of rooms we would like to create. And we have the option of 1 through 50 breakout rooms, depending on how many you need. But today, because there are 4 people in this meeting, we're actually just going to do 2 breakout rooms. Now, you can have them be assigned automatically, so just random, it will just put people in rooms, or you can assign them manually and you can choose the people you want to put in each room. So we're going to go with manually because we're going to show how the different ways you can pull people and adjust how you want your rooms to look. So we're going to start manually instead of automatically. And when you're ready, just click Create Rooms. So then it's going to take a second to load as it's creating our rooms. And you'll get this little window that will appear at the right. And you'll see this little option to assign your participants. So as you can see, now you can see Ellen, Carlos, and Steven. So I'm going to put Ellen and Carlos into a room together. So I just click the little check marks next to their names, and I click Assign. And then I have the option to add them to room 1 or room 2. So we're going to put them into room 1. So now you can see that their names under room 1, there's now 2 people in there. And you now can see that Ellen and Carlos are there. And then for Steven, we're going to select and click Assign and put him into room 2. So now Steven is there. And at any point, you can select them and assign either to unassigned, which will put them back into no room at all, or I can put Steven into room 2. And you can do that at any time. So that's kind of how you can place your participants into their rooms. Then to basically open them, we click More Options, and you have the option to open the room. So once you click Open, the room will be opened up, and the participants will be invited to go into their breakout room. We also have the option to rename the room. So maybe instead of room 1, we want to call this Team Blue. And you can rename your rooms at any point. So rename room 1 now is Team Blue. We'll make this room Team Red. So you can always change the names depending on what you might be working on. And I can rename those rooms there instead of Team Red and Team Blue. We also have the option at any point to add a room. So, maybe 4 more people joined this meeting and you can always click Add a Room and it will create a new room, and all of a sudden we'll see room 3 appear at the bottom. And then to delete a room, just click the 3 dots and delete the room, and the room will get deleted. Now you can individually open the rooms by clicking the 3 dots and open the room, or you can just click Start Rooms under Manage Rooms here to open the rooms, and actually now we'll see them all go into their rooms. As they're opening. It does take a second for them to open and for people to get assigned into their breakout rooms. So while that is loading, we're going to migrate up to the 3 dots where we can look at our more options for the breakout rooms. So perfect. So now everybody is inside of their breakout rooms. So when we click on these 3 dots, I actually have the option to make an announcement. So, maybe you're working on a project and, you're giving people 15 minutes to discuss something before they come back to the main meeting. So you have the option to click Make an Announcement, and I can say 5 more minutes. And click Send. And now that actually will go to all the rooms and everybody will get a little announcement. Something that's also really cool about breakout rooms in Teams is that each breakout room gets its own private chat that they can use even after the meeting. So maybe, the breakout room had a really great discussion and there was something, going on great in that room. They can continue to refer back to that chat or continue to chat in it even after the meeting. But each breakout room does get their own meeting chat, which is really awesome. Now, as the host of a meeting, if I would like to join, so say I want to go join Steven in Team Red, all I have to do is click the 3 dots and I can join the room that way. So now it's going to pull me out of the main room, and now I am in Team Red along with Steven. And I also, again, I have the same kind of meeting options that I have during a normal meeting. When I'm not in a breakout room, I can look at my participants, I can I can look at our meeting chat, and as you can see, this is the private meeting chat for Team Red, and you can see the little announcement there, as well as having any type of reactions, and you can adjust any of your background effects as well, the same way you would. Now, I, as the meeting organizer, if I'd like to leave, all I have to do is just click leave, and I will leave the breakout room and enter back into the main meeting. Now, at any point, I can close the room. So maybe I just want to bring Ellen and Carlos back. So I can either, click close rooms. That'll close both Team Red and Team Blue room, or I can also have the option to just close one room. So now Ellen and Carlos will be coming back into the main meeting. It does take a second for that to load. We'll give that a second to do its thing. But we'll also just close all the rooms because now it will close down everything and we'll have everybody come back into the meeting there. And then what is cool is you will notice that there is next to the breakout room, you will see a little gray box that says closed, and then it turns green and says open when they are opened. But it does take a second to pull everybody back from the meeting, out of the breakout rooms back into the meeting. Great. All right, cool. So everybody should be back to the meeting now that their rooms are closed. And the other thing we can do is we also have the option to remove the rooms completely or recreate the rooms. So we'll delete all existing rooms and we'll give you the option to kind of start from scratch again if maybe you want to have it be automatically assigned. The other thing we can do is look at room settings. So we have the option to automatically move participants to the room so they don't have an option that just will push them into the rooms. You also have the option to set that participants can return to the main meeting at any point. So maybe you're working on a timed project, but a group finishes early. You can always have them come back to the meeting whenever they're done. And this is also where you actually can set a time limit. So you're maybe I want these breakout rooms to only last 6 minutes. You can set that, and then after 6 minutes, the breakout rooms will automatically close. So you also have those settings there. And those are the different features and how to use breakout rooms in Microsoft Teams.